Bare ground is a common problem on most farms. This is because horses like to live together. The horses that don't get to live together will often congregate at the closest point of the paddock to their buddies. They will also pace fences and cause the ground to become bare of any plant material. Problems caused by bare ground are weeds taking hold, especially prickles, erosion, it'll start washing away, and decreased productivity because there's actually nothing growing there. The best solution for bare ground is to cover it. You can use just about anything to cover your bare ground. No, rocks won't decompose, but they are still better than having the raindrop impact directly on the dirt and causing erosion, even on a microscopic level. So you can use mulch, old hay, manure, compost, leaves, and even turf. This is where I've done some earthworks in the paddock, creating some swales. I've got some old mulch bales that I've been spreading over the swales on the bare ground, on the bare dirt. It's to help to protect it from raindrop impact and to help the soil once the mulch breaks down, and eventually I'll get some grass growing on the bare areas. My horses are also kept in a yard overnight, so most days I have to collect the manure and old hay out of the yard, and some of it gets put on a compost pile, so it actually composts and breaks down naturally over about 12 months. And then when that compost pile is full, I start spreading it in all the bare patches in the paddocks. Here you can see some old hay and some old manure that I've spread on the barest patches in this area. I have recently begun working on certain areas in my paddocks and spreading it a bit thicker, and even over 12 months it breaks down quite nicely. This is where the bare ground was caused by a shade tree. The grass didn't want to grow underneath the shade, so I actually went and bought some turf, of shade tolerant turf, and it's taken off very well and covered all the ground quite quickly. This is where some more earthworks were done when we were clearing some lantana and some rubber vine off the side of the creek bank. I did want this to regrow quite quickly due to flood season coming up. So on the banks I've put some small patches of turf which I hand watered until they took hold, and in less than 2 years it came back and got full coverage very well. Here's another picture of what I've done recently. You can see bits of manure and bits of old hay that I've spread in the paddocks, and you can see the grass that's come from underneath because the soil is cooler and moister, if that's a word. You can also see smaller plants where I've planted some rose grass seeds through the patches of manure and underneath the hay. Because underneath the manure and the hay the ground is kept more moist, the seeds will usually germinate by themselves and don't usually require watering. So it's a good way to help increase your seed varieties in your paddocks.